Alright, so I want to do a follow-up video for one of my viewers, and pretty sure he subscribed to my channel, and I appreciate that so much. Thank you so much for subscribing. I told you that it was a 1/2 inch plate, but it's actually a 3/8 plate. It's 3/8 by 6 flat bar. It is 7 inches long, 7.5 inches long. If you're building one, and instead of just using a regular 3/8 nut to jam your bearings and hold your bearings, and you want to use a 3/8 coupler nut to give you more threads for these bolts and more to weld to, you just make this plate just a little bit longer. I wish I would have, but I didn't. Excuse me. There's the brass shims. There's 4/1000s underneath this bearing to tilt the top of the pulley out towards the camera and shove the bottom back a little bit for tracking. A group down in a company down in Louisiana that builds sawmills, that's how they do theirs. Excuse me. And then this is just the back side, has the same thing. There you can see it's 7.5 inches long, 1/2 inch bolts, 1.25 inch keyed shaft. I even put lock collars on my shaft to keep it from moving, so that the set screws in the bearing is not what's holding everything, because it's just so much pressure on these bearings and the shaft. So I put the lock collars on there once I got everything where I wanted it, to lock everything down. 3/4 all thread on the adjustment. I just use the wrench. I think it's 1.25 inches, or 1.125 inches. I just use an 1.125 wrench. That's how much you see that I tighten it up. Down underneath, there is a coupler nut there, and a second coupler nut right out there. It was actually bending the all thread whenever I tightened the blade up, so I went ahead and welded the second one in there, and then just jammed some nuts on the end of the all thread. Kind of just, the all thread actually sticks on out through, and then I put a big washer in that spring in case you get a piece of wood or bark that will go around your pulley. Instead of snapping your blade, it'll kind of act like a shock and still keep your blade tight. And that is my take-up side there. Just a piece of 2.5 inch tubing over 2 inch tubing that just slides. And then I welded the brackets to hold the guards onto that tubing, so the guard moves with it. And then this is the stationary side. It's still the same size piece of flat bar, still 7.5 inches long. .3/8 by 6, 1/2 inch bolts, and it's even got the shims in there, and 4/1000. And it's even got the lockdown nuts and bolts for each bearing, so that your bearings don't move and then your toe is out, as your blade will run off if your bearings slip. And then this is just the back side. I got lock collars on this shaft too, just to hold everything and keep it from moving. There's another lock collar in behind the pulley, so that the shaft can't move back and forth. So I hope this answers your questions. Like I said, it's just 3/8 by 6 flat bar, 7.5 inches long. I'll take that back. It's actually about 7 3/4. But it depends on what you use. If you just use nuts like this, you kind of set your bearing on your flat bar stock, depending on how much room you want. They're not slotted holes. I squared everything off, so it's just a single hole. I didn't want slots. Your bearings already have slots in it, so that's all the adjustment you really need. As long as you weld everything onto your tubing square on both ends and have your cross tube going across nice and straight and square. And that's the key, is keep everything square and straight. So I hope that helps, and thanks for watching. If anybody else watches and likes my channels, my videos, hit the like button and subscribe. Like I said, I got a bunch of pine logs that I'm getting ready to saw and build a tiny log cabin, so pretty stoked about that. I guess my upgrades on my mills will have to wait now. So there's one pile of logs, and then over there's another pile of logs. So got my work cut out for me. And then I have another 20 to 30 trees I gotta go get. Yep, so it's gonna be fun, I think, I hope. So again, thanks for watching. Hope the video helps. If not, hit me up, comment me, and if you need something else, I'll come over and do something else to help you out. Again, thanks for watching.